Hello everyone, this is Shishi coming to you today with an update of my review of the WRMK Precision Press. I just wanted to let everyone know that WRMK did replace my defective board, and I have it right here. It came a month early as promised, and I do appreciate the people at We Are Memory Keepers for making good on their promise to replace my defective board. So I have it right here, and I wanted to test it out while I have everyone on camera to show everyone that it's brand new, it's never been used. And I wanted to also try the stamp that I used previously to see if it was a defective stamp or a defective board. So here I have it brand new out of the package, never been used. So I have that stamp here. Now I wanted to answer some questions to some of the folks that left me comments on my previous video. Here I am demonstrating how to apply the stamp. So you just apply it to the board like so. I'm going to put it right in the corner like I did before. The board is 7 inches by 7 inches in length. This is not the competitor board, the Misty. A lot of people were asking me how come I was not using magnets to hold down my paper. And I just want to be clear that this board does not have a magnetic board to hold down the paper. It's not like the competitor product, the Misty. This is a different company, different product. This is called the WRMK Precision Press. It has a plastic board, and that is all. Now again, the claim is a non-slip grid board. Now this board does feel a little bit different. It feels a little bit like the paper doesn't want to slip. Now for some reason, the board I had previously, it felt like the paper wanted to slide around. So there's definitely a defect there. So this feels a lot different. I don't feel like I need to use washi tape to hold down my paper. But I do want to caution you, if you are working on a project and you don't want to start over, definitely, as a precaution, use something to tape down your project, because you just never know if your project could mess up when you're pressing down and the paper could slide. So I did put my paper in the corner because that acts as a stopper to keep the paper from sliding around, but I don't feel like it's going to move. For this board just feels different to me. It's a brand new board, never been used. It hasn't been touched because it was brand new in the package. So I feel a lot better about this board than my previous board that was touched and handled before I had access to it. So I'm going to open this up and just see how well it's stamped. And this gave me a better image than my previous board. Just look at that. I did not have to re-ink or re-stamp because the stamp wasn't defective, it was the board. So much better. So just to give you guys an update, it was the board that was the problem, not the stamp. So look at that image, so much better. So I will change my review that yes, the grid does have some type of flaw depending on how you rub and handle it. So again, I will caution you guys, if you have rings on your fingers or some type of metal, long fingernails, be very, very careful how you're handling that grid, because you can scratch the paint, wear off the paint. Now, I do appreciate some of the people who commented on my video that you may want to invest in some type of clear vinyl and put that over the board to protect the grid. I don't know how that will work. I have been trying to obtain some clear vinyl, but then I'm concerned if I make a mistake and the clear vinyl comes up, will the paint come up with it? So I've never really used clear vinyl, so again, I don't know. And then someone else commented, maybe find a clear protective cover, like if you were using, you know, a clear protective sleeve, like when you're using your phones to keep it from scratching. So I don't know if there's something on the market that I can buy to help protect it in that way. That would be a good idea if We Are Memory Keepers comes out with something that would protect the paint from, you know, peeling up. But I just know that I will be careful when I'm, you know, rubbing and applying pressure, so that I don't make the mistake of, you know, messing up my grid. But as you can see, it did give me a good image on the first application. So I don't believe that it was the stamp, it was the defective board. And, you know, my paper slipping around, it had to be the board itself, because this grid and this board feels a lot better. I don't feel like my paper is, you know, going to fall or slide around, you know, or anything like that. I can do one more stamp. Well, I have you guys, and I'll do it in another area, not in the corner, just to give it a test to see if my paper will slide without it being in the corner. And then I will definitely change my mind about the non-slip grip claim. So I'm going to take this stamp off, and I'm going to try a different stamp. So I have this stamp right here. It's just it's a photopolymer stamp. It's a tag. So I'm just going to try this one, and I'll just apply it right here. And I have a sheet of scrap paper, so I'm just going to close it and put it right here and see what happens. So I'm going to get my ink, make sure my paper is where it should be. I'm going to turn the paper over right here. And just see if the paper moves. And I'm not going to ink it well, so that if I do need to apply a second application to see if the paper moves. So I didn't apply the ink good, so I'm not going to, it's not going to stamp well on purpose, just to see if the paper will move. Okay, the paper did move. So as you can see, it did not ink well. So I'm going to ink it again and see if that image will stamp. So this is why I say it's best to apply some type of adhesive, because if you stamp, the paper could come up with the stamp as you're inking. So I'm going to stamp it again. It just dropped back down after I stamped. So we'll see if it dropped down in the same exact place. But, you know, just as a caution, you may want to tape it down, because it may not go back in the same place. It could move over, you know, a few spots. So here it went up again, it's sticking to the paper. but it stayed in the same place, so not too bad. So here's my image. Nice crisp image. Very, very good. So this is a better board. The other board, defective, trash. So that's my updated review. I hope if you were a little hesitant about purchasing it from my first review, that this one will help convince you that it is a good choice to obtain the board. I had a defective board, so I'm convinced that the first board I received from HSN was definitely defective. This grid is definitely a better grid. It feels like it's a non-slip grip. The first one I had, it was definitely defective. Something was definitely wrong. So I just wanted to give you guys an update, show you that this product is worth buying. It stamps well, which the other one stamped okay too, but this one definitely stamps better, and the grid feels more like a non-slip grip as they claimed. So just as a caution, again, tape it down with washi tape, because as you can see, the paper could come up with the stamp, and you just can't rely that it will fall back in the same place. So I would definitely tape it down with washi tape. So I hope this is helpful for you. Thank you for your time. Have a fabulous day.